Esports sync up 2-0 here in this best of 3 series. Already developing quite a bit. What you got? Joining me as my co-caster, of course, of the Nullstone Gaming here. And having some fun so far. This is the first official series since the patch 3.7 came out on Tuesday. So another extra reason why we're intrigued by this Deadeye Bounty League matchup here. But we are yet again flying through this draft. Wow, we are already in the next tier of bans. So let's just look right at what's going on here. Parasite, Prisoner, Moira, and Midas. So, again, kind of interesting there. We mentioned the Prisoner last time. I still don't really get it, but Insania taking it out here. But Moira banned, finally, by Solar Club. Not giving that. And then, of course, Midas to finish it off. But Puppet into Warbeast, Ophelia into Magnus, Doctor into Behemoth. Behemoth and Magnus on the same team. That seems interesting. But what is your take from the draft so far here? What you got?
Okay, so looking at the bans, we see Prisoner being banned again, blind ban. So I want to say that that's a respect ban now that it's been banned twice.
Yeah.
Because I didn't see too much of a reason in the last game for why it was banned. And then Moira does get banned in Game 3 now. So Solar Club finally addressing Insania's Moira. Something to note. But yeah, the drafts are already really far underway, and a lot of really aggressive heroes coming out for Solar Club, with both the Puppet Master, the Ophelia, and the Dr. Repulsor being picked up. And Sync does get their hands on the Warbeast this time. So they're going to have that to work with. And they do have 2 Initiators already picked up with both the Magnus and the Behemoth.
Yeah.
Going to be interested to see if we see Behemoth in the mid lane again, or if it's changed up in its role, as it could be a second support or an off lane still. We don't know for sure.
Exactly. It's like, where does Warbeast end up? Where is Magnus going to be main support or suicide or middle? Yeah, where's Behemoth going to be doing? So, yeah, there's a lot of questions here, definitely. Still on the side of Sync as far as what who's going to end up where. So, but the dual carry from Solar Club, I will say, they're known for running actually a bit of Ravener as well, but not going with a Ravener in this series so far, so I find that kind of intriguing, but not going to be seen here. So they got the Doctor and Puppet for this game, Ophelia on top. The final ban from either side, and then into the next tier of picks we go. Solar Club banning Tempest, actually, which is kind of interesting. Again, you already see a Warbeast over there. Now, it very likely could be a suicide Warbeast, so that wouldn't be out of the question, I guess. But Tremble and then Nymphora is how it finishes, with Silhouette and Bubbles in between there. Huh. So now the pick for Solar Club. It's safe to say a support option still needed for them, as well as very likely a suicide. Who that is. I want to see Kane, man. That's the problem with Kane, though. It's like, where do you run him?
I'm honestly surprised, but maybe this is just because teams aren't fully settled in, that we haven't seen maybe like a Meraxis yet. Because I feel like this hero has gotten some really nifty changes. Wow. And yeah, maybe just sticking with the bread and butter, obviously, for now.
Well,
so
that's interesting you say that, because actually a team that has been running it lately is Sync. We have seen Mickey play it a couple times, and you're right. Now, I didn't even think that we talked about that on the podcast, though, especially. Meraxis got some great buffs for a hero that already was actually considered a pretty strong initiation hero. So I agree with you. I'm glad you brought that up, because, yeah, we haven't seen it yet. Solar Club, I mean, there's hope that they could still pick it up, but
yeah, I was talking with Keizu like very briefly, and I asked him, I was like, do you think Meraxis could be a potential offlane hero now? Because he gets obviously all that move speed when he activates his arcane shield with by blocking a spell. So I think the hero has potential from even being like a mid laner to possibly even an offlaner in the right scenarios as well. So yeah, I feel like we could definitely in the near future be seeing a lot more Meraxis. I think it's going to pop up a lot more. And I think it's going to be pretty strong.
Huh. Yeah, we'll see that potential, perhaps, of what he can do. But, yeah, no, it's not seeing it today, possibly, but I got to think this weekend, with DreamHack Qualifier number 4 coming at us, that's a hero that's going to receive some attention for sure. So, here we are, kind of a small sample size. Of course, only 2 teams playing here today, and depending on their mindsets and what they want to go for now. We have definitely seen some diversity in both these 2 games, but, yeah, really haven't seen anything off the wall just yet, necessarily. I mean, the first game kind of with the Grenix and freaking Gravekeeper, but, again, those heroes didn't even receive changes. So, Voodoo Jester, though, coming up for Sync. This is another one that they actually have ran recently here. Was that random? No, they actually did pick it. They're having some fun here.
Yeah, something to note about the Voodoo Jester is it's very, very good against the Ophelia minions because it does a 5-second stun to neutral creeps, which obviously Ophelia will take over for herself.
Okay.
So that kind of slows down Ophelia's uh, how should I say this? Like her
Gank potential,
utility in team
utility,
fights, so
yeah.
to speak, with the creeps being able to use their abilities and output damage and whatnot. So Voodoo Jester is very good against Ophelia for sure.
Yeah. Kind of like the Glacius matchup, but even more powerful, you could say, in a
Yeah,
lot of
arguably a little
cases.
bit
So,
better.
depending on the RNG of the bounces. Why
And
not finish it with Thunderbringer?
Thunderbringer.
Why not,
There
right?
we go.
Just go Thunderbringer, because reasons. I don't know.
Are we gonna see who's gonna be playing it actually?
Another
The
hero that
last
didn't get any
time that we
changes.
that I saw Thunderbringer played by Sync, it was played by Mickey. So,
Yeah.
but Flens is on it right now, so
We forgot about Thunderbringer. How could we? Now, the idea with Thunderbringer, the rare times, BMG most noticeably, that's one that's coming to mind, they tried it. Um, thanks, I guess. They tried it. It was even before the World Finals and everything. I forget who they played it against. But anyways, the point is they tried it. It did not work out in the end. And but Fusa made the point. It's the idea though that it's a global scouter. It's a global viewer to see where the other team is. Basically, is what they were using it more as. Kind of like Flux with his discharge. We see a lot of teams nowadays use it for more as a vision tool rather than just simply for that initiation purpose. So I'm guessing they're going to be, but they don't have like a global team at the same time. They don't have a Sandwraith, a Sir Bensington, or a hero like a hero that can really come from far, or like a Fade, as we've been seeing a bit lately. So I don't know. It doesn't seem like it matches a lineup, to be frank. In the end,
yeah,
but
I feel like Thunderbringer, he kind of has that like niche that he fills where like he's really good in 1 versus 1 scenarios, but it's always tough to get him those matchups. And then I feel like, yeah, you're right, he would be very well suited to lineups where like you run something like a Sandwraith. You have, like we've been seeing a lot of Fade, so you have your Fade scouting out, Sandwraith comes in, and then even having like the Thunderbringer for like that extra damage. I feel like he could fit in those types of lineups, but not going to be the case here. So interested to see how it does fit in this lineup. We do have Zlat playing the Warbeast, so it's going to be a jungle Warbeast. And yeah, they're going to be able to spread out their farm a lot better on Sync side doing this.
yeah. So Flans on Thunder. You got Mickey once again playing Behemoth, but he's in the short lane. And as you pointed out, KZ on Magnus. So this really is interesting, but. Sync having some fun with it, definitely, too. I mean, they are up 2-0, obviously. Again, there is a little bit extra on the line, being the Deadeye Bounty League here. You win 3-0, you get the bonus couple $100 there, so it's not like, even though they're feeling good as far as the series go, I'd still want to definitely sweep it here, get a little bit extra cash, but we'll see how this strategy works out for them. You got Master of Arms once again picked up by Solar Club on their side now, but this time being ran as a support master rather than more the farming Master of Arms like it was last game, of course. Going to be paired up with that Puppet Master in the middle lane, so a couple of Masters here, I guess, in the middle.
Yeah, this is going to be a really deadly combination for Thunderbringer. As soon as I want to say they get like level 2 on both heroes in the mid lane, they can very easily take down this Thunderbringer. So we'll have to look for that. Dr. Repulsor is 1v1 against the Magnus, which this is a very favorable matchup for Dr. Repulsor. He did receive a nerf to his attack range, but that only really is going to affect him against ranged heroes, I would say. So he's still going to have a fairly good time here against the Magnus 1 vs 1.
Puppet's attack range got nerfed? It did, didn't it?
Dr. Repulsor, yeah,
Doctor?
from
Oh,
500.
Doctor. Okay.
Did I say Puppet?
Maybe you didn't.
I,
I think you might have, but maybe you didn't. I don't know.
my apologies if I said the wrong name, but Dr. Repulsor from 500 to 450 now.
Doctor, yeah, no, he definitely got that attack nerf. Yeah, we talked about that a bit on the podcast, actually. But yeah, good point, though. Being a melee match, I'm not really the biggest concern, though.
Yeah, we have both Puppet and Doctor on the same team, which is
Yeah.
not usually the case. They're usually facing off against one another.
Yeah, that's true. On the same team here. But yeah, you made the strong point about Master Arms last time, and especially in the support role, I think that's where it even shines more, is that 800 range on his stun. I mean, that's ridiculous for initiating with. And look at him boxing out Thunderbringer right here quite a bit. As It's putting in some good pressure, but now he's out of mana, so not necessarily going to be able to do. Well, regen rune, that'll help. He's going to pick.
Yeah,
up
he
the
was
top
using
lane.
his mana very liberally there, so I guess he knew that with the Word of Sight there that they did have the regen. So
Yeah. He's able to pick that up with ease. But Thunderbringer, he's 7-0 here for a 2v1 matchup. Not too shabby. That Chain Lightning, though, allows him to poke in some creep kills. Now, he's out of mana, or not out of mana, but he's out of bottle charges here, so won't be able to do that much more. He's actually... What is his build, by the way? What the hell? He has one level to Chain Lightning and nothing. And stats? He did actually go stats?
I think he's holding
Or
the
he's
skill
holding it.
points.
Okay.
If he feels he can get a kill, he'll probably level up the blast twice. If he feels like he needs the extra damage to last hit, which he shouldn't really, he would level up 1 point into the lightning rod. But yeah, a little kind of interesting that he's choosing to hold the skill points here.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. The opportunity arises, but yeah, I think you're right. I don't think he actually wins stats. And just holding them, I would guess, definitely.
Yeah, something I honestly would like to see is Puppet Master play a little bit more aggressive here in this middle lane. He is sitting on full mana, and actually they're going to go in right now, so speak of the devil.
Yeah, agree with you now. Don't get too overzealous. There you go. He levels up the Blast Lightning. Not going to be a counter kill, but you get an idea right there that, well, don't want to dive too much against that Thunderbringer. He can deal out some nice return damage. So, yeah, you were right. He was sitting on the points just waiting for the opportunity. Almost found it right there, but yeah. So you're getting at that. You want to see them do that a little bit more. It's almost like they're too late to be doing that.
Puppet Master for the first 3 minutes so far, he's been sitting behind his archer, and they are 2v1, 2 ranged against a short range Thunderbringer. So I feel like he could be positioning himself a little bit more aggressively to do some more harassment and even go for a kill if need be. So I feel like that's a little bit of a mistake from Just Man here in the middle lane.
Yeah.
As Thunderbringer is getting some levels and some last hits, respectively.
Magnus trying to roam around. KZ with those Striders here. He's seeing if he can get an opportunity in the middle lane, but not getting one off the bat at least. Invisible Thunderbringer as well, but again, just not able to really get in the range to do anything. Behemoth at the top lane. You do see Mickey's farm 27-14. Obviously, he's had a babysit and Voodoo Jester here as well for the most time. So, yeah, not too surprising to see him having a great time. Now, Pharaoh at least the waves pushed up. He actually came very close to dying earlier. I caught it, but the Fidget Stone was just on the wrong side. If it's on the right side, 100%
Magnus
kill. But
behind.
as I say that, Magnus flanking in, the Cursed Ground comes down, and actually there we go with the Bloodlust kill. So Keizu roaming all the way from the bottom lane, and eventually getting the Bloodlust kill at the top lane. Good move.
Yeah, and I really like Keizu's map movement because, as we talked about, Dr. Pulser's at a very favorable matchup here in the bottom lane. And Keizu, he got a couple last hits. He got level 3. And that's really pretty much all you need on a Magnus to be able to set up kills with your team. That Lava Surge Stun, it has, the same duration at all levels. It's just a matter of leveling it up for the range. And level 2 Lava Surge is actually a really good tool for setting up kills with your team. So I really like what Keizu's doing here, making a nice rotation, securing a kill on the Pharaoh, and just securing more farm for Mickey. So
Yeah.
really nice, nicely done.
You see right there, he actually gets the Veiled Ra from the Observatory. He's touched on that earlier in the series. And he's heading towards the bottom lane. Now, he doesn't have it activated. He's going to be spotted right here. And whether or not they actually look at him and notice it in his inventory is a different question. But, yeah, probably by now would have been spotted. But he picks up a double damage rune as it happens to spawn there.
Dr.
Middle
Pulsar
lane,
mid
though.
lane.
Doctor going to be jumping in on a Thunderbringer. But by the time he gets there, he's out of mana and not able to do any follow-up. So, got a little too antsy there. Can't catch a Magnus. He's fine. Easily able to avoid.
I missed that stat that Quincy just posted, actually. Magnus stunning in onto Puppet Master. Acid Cocktail coming out.
Yep, that's going to catch Casey's second kill of the game. He's 2 for 0 here. Or 2 for 2, I guess. He's 2-0. And now they're going to be pushing middle even on top of that. But yeah, no, I actually didn't catch the stat myself, so. Let's again. Oh, okay. It was also 17-0 the first kill. Come on, Keizu.
No matter whether Mickey or Zlap get the Bloodlust, Sync usually ends up winning. So it's
Yeah,
so
undefeated.
basically give Bloodlust to Zlap or Mickey.
That's
what they're trying to
actually
say.
that's really interesting. How many? What's their overall record when they get Bloodlust? I mean, obviously, I think it's pretty damn high. But how many losses do they have basically when they get Bloodlust? Because that'll also tell us really what that stat means. To be fair, but Because if it's like only like 2 losses in total, then it's like, well, really, I mean, it's not that big.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
If it's like 5 or more, then it's pretty significant. It's definitely very interesting there. But want to give those specific players the bloodlust kill because they are playing the Snowball Heroes. Top lane, a very liberal shockwave use right there. I don't think Voodoo Jester was necessarily the most ready though. So, and actually Behemoth, he might want to be
has a
careful.
fissure coming up in 5, but this is a little risky to dive. And never mind.
No TPs or anything. So, why?
They didn't even need the cursed ground either.
No.
Which Insania is actually level 6 already.
Now, speaking of Insania, he gets caught off to the side, and Voodoo Puppet used eventually kills him off. So, good find there from Just Man, playing the Puppet Master. Manages to pick up the kill, so get some revenge at least. Their first kill of the game. Okay, yeah, you see right there. So 56 and 4. So only 4 losses, but you know, still, they are undefeated when those 2 players specifically get it. Noob McNoob, he goes down as he's found as well. Though they dove that pretty heavily. Warby's ulti form.
Yep, chain lightning enough for the kill.
Yeah.
Really nicely done there by Sync.
What do you think? Do you usually do this when you jungle Orbeez, just passing up boots altogether, going straight abyssal?
Yeah, the reason for that is you farm a lot more efficiently. You're able to push a lot more efficiently. Your rotations aren't usually needed until you're at least level 6, and then once you obviously have the ultimate, you run at haste anyway. But yeah, after you get the Abyssal Skull, you're going to want those Steam Boots just for even more increased farming speed. So yeah, definitely the right decision by Zlap to go for the Abyssal Skull before buying his boots.
Now, look at what Mickey's building. And you know what?
I think that they're doing that on purpose. I think we might see a cleaver here.
Yeah,
a cleaver.
I want to see that rune cleaver, man. Nice tower kill, by the way. Keeping Pharaoh out from denying it. So Pharaoh's level 6, but not able to find an opportunity. I mean, he has could go right here.
Gold rod here by Doctor. He's
there we go. Yeah, sneaks in there, kill him before the shock. Oh, he doesn't have shockwave. He gets a finish shot off though, and they are going to counter kill Pharaoh with the lockdown. Look at that auto attack damage, but he is going to fall in the long run. And it will be a 1-for-1, but Warby's, oh, the Hellhound chases! One more auto attack, he gets it. That is so brutal if you're Dr. Repulsor. He goes down, get frostburned. And now Master of Arms is trying to run away, but he killed the Hellhounds, but the acid cocktail hits actually. And the Curse of Ground, he wants to get in range for it, as actually Puppet Master, though, finds them. And no, we got the Curse of Ground on a Master of Arms, though, so if the Hellhounds can get in some auto attacks, yeah, that's definitely going to be a kill.
That was really nicely done by Zlapt and Insania there.
Yeah.
But yeah, Cannondorf was making a point there. He flew like into the cliff area there, and the Warby Stogs were like, they went over the cliff and they were still hitting him. So
yeah.
Originally I thought it was like a nice attempt and a port out by Cannondorf, but then the Wolves were there to finish him off. Kind of funky interaction.
Yeah, that was just, they just went right down the cliff. Didn't even care.
Yeah, exactly.
So 7-3 hero kill lead right now in favor of Sync, but a 5300 goal lead. Actually, middle lane, Thunderbringer going to be pulled in right here. He's locked down way too long to do anything. Again, that's obviously a big downside of a hero like Thunderbringer. Just no escape whatsoever. You catch him, it's good chance you're going to do some good work. Now, they're still kind of pushing, but Doctor got ported back. And yeah, here we go with the acid cocktail. It's only going to stun Puppet Master, and that actually means he'll be fine.
Insania's baiting here. Keizu has a blink.
Oh, you're right. Look at that portal key. No, he couldn't mana. Oh, he didn't have enough mana. Or the Lava Surge that will kill Master of Arms. Well, Puppet Master falls the question as Dr. Pulsar flies in. Yes, it will. The Cursed Crown. He gets the double tap when it's all said and done. So, yeah, that's always unfortunate when you jump in like that. Don't have enough mana for a stun. But
I have to point out, like, the play that Insania made there. He made it look like it was just like him going for a kill by himself, like playing really aggressively. But it was really in turn him baiting the Legion team to go on him so that Magnus could get that eruption off. And that's honestly what makes that's like the difference between a good support player and a really good support player. Like those types of plays just make you like stand out. Unfortunately, KZ didn't have mana for the Lava Surge, or it would have secured, I think, even another kill.
Oh, yeah.
But it was a very nice play regardless, so I have to point it out. So well played to both KZ and Insania there.
Definitely. And obviously making use of that portal key once again right away as soon as he gets it. So I am still kind of very intrigued as I'm sure a lot of people buy this Behemoth, though. Going definitely a fun build here. Again, we're kind of assuming it's going to be a Rune Cleaver, but to be fair, it could be a Nullstone, which I mean that wouldn't be the worst thing against the Luna team, I guess, but I don't know if that's like necessary either at the same time. So.
To be fair, Nullstone is very good against both Puppet Master and Doctor Repulsor, but I just don't foresee a Nullstone on a Behemoth being very impactful.
Yeah.
So I want to say it just has to be the Cleaver.
Yeah.
In this case.
So, in a sense, they're basically playing like a carry Behemoth, especially if that's the case.
Yeah, definitely. And then
again, I love.
Initiation
interaction here. Yeah, no, again, that is a defensive master's call coming out on a Dr. Repulsor right there. The Shockwave, though, didn't stand a chance. Pharaoh comes in with his Wrath of the Pharaoh. Mummy wants to block them in, but you see the stop comes out, the auto attack to follow, and Pharaoh, no, he's going to live. The Hellfire got some support. Down goes Voodoo Jester as well. And they get a couple of kills in the process, but Sync not done just yet. Warby, he's running in with the ulti form. Lava Surge stun for Magnus. They will eventually get the one kill on a Puppet Master. They're going for a second on a Master of Arms. It will be enough. That Blast of Lightning doing work. Plenty
so
of
much damage coming out from Thunderbringer. We're seeing the potential here of the hero. And he actually goes for a really fast portal key.
Yeah. That's interesting. What do you think of that? I mean, obviously his mana is not going to be a whole lot. Ooh, he's right there to get away, but he has very little mana right now because of that.
Yeah, I guess it's just to follow up the Magnus stuns. It's not something I'm actually used to seeing, like red boots into portal key on Thunderbringer, but obviously making it work here as he's 3-1-1. Just got a double tap on Tuple, Master of Arms, and Puppet Master in the jungle there, so he's making it work. So I can't criticize it at all. I think it's pretty good.
Sure you can.
I mean,
it doesn't make sense. Let's be honest. It's just weird. Like, I don't know.
A little bit weird. I think like a tablet would make so much sense as they are against the Pharaoh. But yeah, he's opting for the portal key here. So
yeah. Well, he gets the Ghost Marchers on top of that. So again, more of a sure it helps for being for aggressive one out. But as far as stats go, he's still not the biggest mana pool for a hero that's so reliant on spamming those abilities. But meanwhile, Voodoo Puppet, is it going to be enough? It's not. The hold comes out. Behemoth survived that, though. I mean, it's not like he's crazy tanky yet, but I guess tanky enough right there to live through that catch. Now, there was no Assassin Shred or anything like that on Puppet Master, so yes, that's
it is still a level 1 Voodoo Puppet. So had Puppet Master been level 11 there, I think that would have secured the kill. Just unfortunately not having... I didn't catch if Master... I believe he got both his spells up, but unfortunately he just didn't have enough damage there to take it down.
Yeah.
Bottom lane, Pharaoh takes out the tower, and Warbeast is going in for a kill here.
Oh, now he gave him the lightning speed. Is it going to buy enough time? No, it's not. You see the ultimate from Thunderbringer as well as the Blast Lightning gets the kill as Dr. Pulsar comes in, but obviously too late. Look at Dr. Pulsar, by the way. This is definitely worth bringing up. He actually went a Blood Chalice here. Now, remember, it did get changed here in this last patch a little bit, but hold that thought for a second. Top lane, Puppet Master. He gets found, and that should be an easy kill as well. It is an easy kill, so good find there between Voodoo and Magnus. But, yeah, what do you think about the Blood Chalice and how it works now?
I really like it. I think the change to the Blood Chalice is really nice. It's kind of interesting. I actually noticed he did this. I just didn't mention it. We have more action.
That's going to be a quick kill. There you go.
Kill on the Thunderbringer. We talked about how Doctor had such a really favorable matchup in the bottom lane, and Keizo and Magnus actually left the lane fairly early, so in that regards, Doctor had a lot of free farm. But he's actually been roaming like quite a lot and trying to set up kills with his team, and honestly that's hurt his GPM a lot. He's only he is the top farmer on his team, but he's only sitting at 320. He's still quite a ways behind both Warbeast and Behemoth, and I'm kind of surprised, honestly. Like, I feel like he should be at least 400 by now with the start that he's had. Yeah. So I'm just honestly not too sure where his farm is.
Top lane, they're going for a catch here onto Voodoo Jester. You see Insania pushing the top lane by himself. Obviously very risky for a lot of heroes, let alone support, but he's not your average support, to be fair. He's level 11, which is actually one of the highest levels in the game. As well as, he's got some okay farm here, to say the least. 236 gold. He actually just bought a glowstone after he died. Right there. So he buys a glowstone. I'm guessing that's going to turn into a staff of the master. And that makes it so his ultimate now will bounce to an additional 1 target at this level, but 2 targets at the 3rd level of his Spirit Ward. So basically hitting 3 different people with his ultimate, which is kind of nifty. So I don't know.
Yeah,
does that make sense to you, investing into that rather than like maybe a tablet or even a portal key?
I think having a tablet on the team is going to be really beneficial, whether Flensmeister decides to go for it or Insania is another thing. But he's been very active. He's got 5 kills and 4 assists, been involved in 9 kills, and Eruption going out.
Yeah, Magnus, he went a little too early. His team was not ready for that, and he kind of jumps into death right there, and in fact, Voodoo Jester from the back end also gets caught. Trying to come in to save the day. Nice fissure block right there. But Dr. Repulsor, he'll ruin the party. He comes in, gets the cone of Voodoo Jester. Thunderbringer also going to end up falling. And a double tap for Cannon Dwarf. And actually, Warby's, though, he thinks he can still do something. But, okay, luckily the puppet show is attracting him to his own dog.
Yeah, that was really fortunate for Zlap there. Yeah, just a little bit uncoordinated there by Sync, or maybe Kaiser just jumped in a little too early and it cost them, I guess, the team fight.
Yeah.
But Slayer Club capitalizing. It was a really nice fissure by Mickey, but Doctor doesn't really care about fissures, unfortunately, so he just flies over and takes out Fundsmeister there. And they're going to get the middle tower as a result. So Slayer Club getting a little bit of momentum. They are still down by 3,800 gold and 4,000 experience. Which is worth noting, as they are going up against a Warbeast.
And a Behemoth.
And a carry Behemoth.
And a carry Behemoth. We have no clue what to expect, to be honest. No one really does. So we'll see if he's something to reckon with or not. As Puppet Master, Hellhounds, oh my god, it's going to be enough. Yes, it
just
will.
Missed.
Oh, he actually missed the Aslip. You're right. He used it, but he wasn't in range. Yeah. Now Ophelia falls down as well. Dr. Pulsar flies in, gets the kill by Magnus. That's a big shot right there. The Fissure's trying to follow, and Behemoth is doing plenty of assisted damage, as well as Thunderbringer. You see the Spirit Ward down from Voodoo Gesture. They just clean them up. And it's a genocide without a shockwave. No portal key on Behemoth, yeah.
He still has it, but just no mana. So that was crazy that Sync was able to come up on top so well in that fight.
Mickey going for double cleaver. No, he's definitely going for an assassin shot, good sir. And that makes sense.
Kudos to Mickey for doing this awesome
build.
It. Like I gotta give him a just a quick shout out. Like it's just so awesome.
Yeah.
Like I can't wait to see when he has the shout, like those auto attacks with the enrage.
No,
it's gonna be so awesome.
I mean, this is Sync's known for definitely tapering to the fans every now and then, and you know, again, knowing that they're up 2-0, like I said, there is a bonus here to be won, but hey, you know, in their minds, they want to have fun with it too, and clearly that's a lot of it. Now, again, though, to be fair, as trolly as this idea is, with the buff to enrage as well, he's gonna go right here.
There is sense behind it. Like,
okay,
the theory crafting is there, like that it can work.
Watch.
It's not like.
Here we go.
Yep.
Let's see. Okay.
Holy,
he missed the
damage.
Stun though. Okay, he got a little greedy. If you got the second stun off, you just look at that. Those 2 auto attacks got him down below half life. Now he is gonna get caught. So yeah, I mean he was very greedy right there, sticking around and whatnot. But you get an idea of just how ridiculous he is. And that's a Pharaoh who even has a chainmail or ringmail, as well as steam boot. So you know he is somewhat tanky here, but.
Yeah, I think if Mickey opened after the auto attack with the fissure and then followed it with a second enrage, it might have been a little bit of a smoother kill. But we did see the damage potential there, as Ophelia gets caught in the middle lane here.
Yeah. But again, it goes back to the idea. It is a steroid ability in that sense. So you know.
600 damage coming out of the assassin shot. That's a lot of damage.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's going to be the hardest carry in the world, but hey, he has something. And yeah, he has obviously Warby's ultimately is going to be their carry hero, but you could safely say they are kind of running a dual carry strat here. That's what I'm getting at, I guess. To the Doctor and the Puppet Master. So.
Technically, with the Behemoth playing more of a farming damage build role. Yep.
So intrigued to see how it plays out, and obviously taking a risk here with that, perhaps. But Puzzle Box, by the way. So speaking of Warbeast, again, if he's going to be more of the carry, is Puzzle Box actually the best choice for him? You think?
It makes a lot of sense in this lineup, seeing as how there's the potential for Puppet Master to go for the Assassin Shout, as well as the Mana Burn being very effective against the Doctor Repulsor. And he's going to have the Puzzle Box 3 in about another 300 gold. So having a Puzzle Box 3 at about the 22-minute mark is going to be so impactful in team fights. This item, coupled with the Battle Cry and the haste move speed from the Metamorphosis, like Warbeast is just going to do tons and tons of damage in team fights. So yeah, I really, really like this Puzzle Box pickup coming up from Zlapt.
Magnus Eruption, he's trying to get a range. He will catch Pharaoh. They use Thunderbringer's ultimate as well, but the defense are Master's call, and now they're turning on Magnus. He's feeling the pressure right here. SolC locked down. He will survive in the back row. Warby's running in with that ulti form. Doesn't have a shrunken or anything like that, though, remember. And this is what I'm talking about. He's going to be locked up. A Behemoth from behind takes out Puppet Master. The Voodoo Puppet's still up. Doctor's going to try to kill him with it. He's not going to be able to, though. Warby survives. Dr. Pulsar goes down. Double tap. And there's still more. Booyah! 648 crit. No big deal.
Do it again.
Coming out for Mickey. He wants it again. Another auto attack. Fissure Stun will secure it. Hat trick for Mickey to end it. And that'll do it now. 22 and a half minutes in. The biggest lead so far for SolC Esports coming out here.
Insania almost has his Staff of the Master picked up on Voodoo Jester. That is going to be so crazy as well.
He is level 13 only. Now, so it gets better the higher level you are, to be fair, but still.
I think he has it right now with that tower kill.
Yeah.
I believe I saw it pick up the Neophyte's book and the Quick Blade just now. So that's going to be pretty intense as well, bouncing the 3 targets in a team fight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so again, it comes back to...
Shout out to...
Apparently never had a staff can comp game ever. Well, there you go. Now Insania kind of changing that here and picking it up. I still think it is kind of funky to me because, again, especially a hero that his ultimate relies on being able to sit there and channel. Like, the likelihood of you actually sitting here and channeling in a fight is not
Yeah, to be fair,
necessarily-
they do have a lot of stuns on the Legion team, so
Yeah.
He's going to have to position himself really well if he wants to get a lot of damage output out of that.
Magnus, whew, he does get away. Warbeast is nearby, so scaring off Doctor right there. You see he's getting ported back, so he's going to try to go in. Oh, that was close. That was if he actually didn't get ported back. Oh, what a
Ooh,
snipe
the
right
rocket
there.
snipe.
Casey gets snipped. Well played by Pharaoh.
Very well played.
No doubt.
And Flensmeister, it looks like he's going for his own Staff of the Master as well. And I think that they're going to be able to get away with these, I want to call them a little bit of greedier pickups, so to speak. And that's because we don't see any Shrunken Heads coming out yet for any of the Legion cores. So magic damage right now is doing, its maximum effectiveness so far. So yeah, once he gets that, and he hits the level 16 mark, he's going to be outputting a lot of damage. And that's to every hero automatically in a team fight. We do see Thunderbringer at the top of the damage charts with 17%. So.
Yeah, no one's surprised what he does. We are kind of caught up for good reason, like the Voodoo Jester, the Behemoth especially. But yeah, you look at the Legion side here, and there isn't a whole lot going on at the same time. You got Puppet Master. He's still even trying to finish an Assassin Shroud. Icon's been on Dr. Pulsar for a little bit. Another 2,000 gold saved up. But yeah, you're pointing out Shrunken Head is going to be pretty key here to... But at the same time, it is going to start tapering off the impact of that Shrunken Head. Because sure, it'll still up against the stuns and whatnot, almost necessary still. But you have a Warbeast and the Behemoth, who's actually more of a physical threat at this point. You can safely say than a magical threat. So... Rift Shard's level 1 picked up by him, by the way, and he's going in right here. Going to look for a chance. Assassin Shroud. Oh, boy. Here we go. He's going to charge in. Auto attack. No, Shockwave up. And the 1,000 crit comes out. A hat trick from Mickey.
What a big
my
shockwave
gosh.
from Behemoth.
That was huge. And then the wreck on top of that. The BM Mickey on top of that. And there's more kills in the background. Yeah. Are they conceding? They are. GG, well played. So, hey, we got to at least see it kind of shine there a little bit, and that was fun. Shout out to SolC Club, definitely. I mean, they could have conceded earlier, to be fair. And maybe wouldn't have been able to see that. But anyway, SolC does win it, and that means they do take the series 3-0. So congratulations to them. As they are, as they're gonna be, what does that put them at? Actually, let me double check the standings here real quick.
They have won 2 series now.
They have only won 1 series, so this is their second one here.
Right.
Now
right.
they're 2-0. Okay.
That's what I meant. Sorry.
Yeah. So they're safely, according to what I'm seeing here. So that means that they still have to play Team Who, I believe. And, yeah, the worst case, so if they lose that, then, I mean, there's still technically a chance, but, so they're not guaranteed to move on just yet, but they're in a very good spot. They're in a very good spot, of course, being at 2-0. Again, these records here are from before today's matches, so. SolC Club, on the other hand, they finished 0-3. They got 3 wins as far as individual games, but the series win-loss is what matters first, and that means, unfortunately for them, the Deadeye Bounty League is done for these guys, so. But valiant effort. Was fun to watch them, and definitely a team, and looking forward to seeing them develop. And of course, DreamHack qualifiers. Who knows? They most certainly are a team that can't compete for that. So, But yeah, final thoughts on that game there, and really the series as a whole here. What you got?
I think just Sync showing their dominance and that they have the fire back in them, ready to play every series, to the end. Obviously, a couple, maybe one or two of those games were a little bit more fun and entertaining. Obviously, they ran the Behemoth with the damage build, and that was really awesome to see with the new change. And yeah, I gotta give a shout out to Solar Club, obviously in game one, I think it was where they tried that roaming strategy again. That was interesting to see. So shout out to them as well.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. As I said, they like to have fun. A lot of the time too. Even with the bonus on the line here in essence with this game 3, and hey, they still win it in the end. So that's what matters. They get the bonus on top of providing us with some extra entertainment. But I gotta say, I really do think there might be a little bit of something here to this Behemoth. I really do. So now, whether or not we're gonna be seeing these Rune Cleaver Assassin Rift Shard builds by any means, probably not. But Behemoth, especially now with the buff to his W, like we've already been seeing this hero quite a bit. In the typical role of an initiator, it just gives him even more of the presence now to be able to hit harder, not just be like the jump in. I'm going to stun you a couple of times and that's it kind of deal. So that's going to be fun to see how that develops. So many changes as well that we didn't even get to see here today, of course. So this is just kind of a tease as to what's to come here moving forward with now patch 3.7, and it was a good one. So, anyways,